Today we're in one of the most beautiful sailing destinations in New England, Nantucket Island, on board one of the most beautiful Lagoon 620s ever built. Oculus was launched in 2018 and is part of the Lagoon 620 Essence series. There's a lot of things that make hull number 140 different than every other boat launched. This is truly a unique and special boat. Oculus is a 5-cabin, 5-head galley down arrangement that is perfect for either a large family or charter use. When ordering the boat, the owner opted to go with the Essence package, which is the higher tier finish found on only a few of the Lagoon 620s ever built. Her full-time crew on board has come up with some really unique and creative solutions, not just for storage, but also a number of other systems on the boat that you'll see on today's walkthrough. We're going to begin today's tour here in the cockpit. All the way on the starboard side outboard, we've got a lovely day bed with a ratcheting back, so you can either lay flat or recline up. Centerline, we've got a large settee with table for alfresco dining. Adjacent to the salon table, we've got the wet bar with refrigerator, ice maker, sink, storage, and under-counter trash can. Moving aft in the cockpit, we get to this really nice day bed, which is the perfect place to lounge out while underway or at anchor. Just after that, we've got the oversized hydraulic swim platform. Above that, you'll notice the extended sunbrella sunshade to offer better protection from the elements. While manufacturers do a great job in space utilization, sometimes there's missed opportunity. Normally, this is just an access panel to some of the steering gear. On Oculus, they built a custom scooter lift system for motorized scooters to help you zip around while you're on shore. Underfoot is one of the 2 mechanical spaces on board the boat. We'll come back and take a look at those. Before we make our way up to the foredeck, though, I do want to point out the nice large sugar scoops, making it really easy to get in and out of the tender, go diving, or land a fish. One of the things you'll notice on the way up to the weather deck is the capstan, which was another option added to Oculus. Making our way forward on the weather deck, first thing you'll notice inboard are these great grab rails. You'll also see the optional factory boarding ladder, which we actually have one on port as well as starboard. We've got the standing rigging, more grab rails making our way forward, and you're probably wondering why there's a spinnaker pole on a catamaran when you never see one. That's another one of the creative solutions the captain came up with to easily launch the jet ski up on the foredeck. Speaking of jet ski, we have the Sea-Doo Spark here, which is just something you never see in a catamaran in this size range, and just another thing to add a level of fun to your experience. All the way port forward, we've got the crew cabin, which would be the place you'd put your 3rd crew member. In this particular situation, they use it as additional climate-controlled storage. Just like all Lagoon 620s, it's a large split trampoline. Centerline, we've got the Lumar anchor windlass with oversized chain and an oversized anchor, really helping give the captain and crew peace of mind, even on the windiest night. This boat's equipped with electric furlers. In this case, they're ProFurl NDE2s, very reliable unit with the Genoa as well as a jib, both on those ProFurl units. Just aft of the windlass, we've got the generator compartment with the upgraded Onan generator. Starboard of the windlass, we've got these great sun pads, which is the perfect place to really get that sensation of sailing and that water rushing in between the hulls. And then all the way starboard forward, we've got the other forepeak, which is set up as a kite room right now with over 20 kites, 6 boards. If kiteboarding isn't your thing, you'll see you've got plenty of space to set it up to use it exactly how you want to use it. Let's go ahead and make our way back to the cockpit and up to the Flybridge. We're going to break the Flybridge into 2 distinct areas, the operational areas and then the guest spaces. Starting with the guest spaces, just like on the foredeck as well as the cockpit, we've got a really nice daybed centerline forward that puts you in the middle of the action. Starboard side, we've got another settee, which is the perfect place to watch the sun set while enjoying some canapes prepared by your chef. Moving to port, we've got the Flybridge wet bar beneath here, storage down below, and then just forward of that, we've got a top-loading drink refrigerator. We're going to transition over to the working space of the Flybridge here at the port aft helm. For my time as a captain, there's a few very important things I always look for. Good visibility forward, good visibility aft, good visibility aloft, and well-placed engine controls. This boat has all of that. Both the port and starboard helm are identical on board Oculus. We have a 16-inch B&G chart plotter, a multi-function display, autopilot controller. Just below that, we've got an anchor, chain counter, and windlass controller. After that, on the outboard side, we've got the Volvo engine controls, as well as a bow thruster. Beneath that, we have an array of 12-volt switches, as well as the Volvo Penta engine displays. All the way forward on the Flybridge, we've got the oversized Harken electric winches. We've also got the jib and Genoa furler and B&G repeaters, ensuring whoever's working the winches is fully aware of what's going on around the boat. Forward to that, we have the spin lock jammers, where all of the running rigging passes through before making their way to the winches. In addition to having a great sail plan for sailing performance with a square top mainsail, this boat is also equipped with the optional Gory folding propellers, giving you just that extra little bit of speed while making long passages. Before we make our way down to the Salon, I do want to mention that the Flybridge, just like the Cockpit, has a full enclosure. There's also an electric companionway for those nights where you just need to shut it really quickly to prevent rain from getting into the cockpit. As a 5-cabin, 5-head Lagoon 620 Essence, this is a lot different than the last 620 we were on board together. The Essence package on the Lagoon 620 is filled with all kinds of really nice yet subtle differences between the base level boat. And that's through the use of leather inserts, higher end soft goods, and custom features not available on the baseline boat. One of these being electric blinds. On the starboard side, we have an L-shaped settee with twin high-low coffee tables that can convert into a table for indoor dining. Across from that, we have another L-shaped settee with an ottoman, which is a perfect place to lounge out and read a book. Adjacent to the port side L-shaped settee is a high-low articulating television. Throughout the boat, you'll also find a Sonos sound system. Centerline forward, we have the lower helm station with a 16-inch B&G chart plotter, as well as the Lagoon E-Plex vessel management system. And then just below that, we've got the B&G autopilot control, as well as a set of Volvo throttles outboard, allowing you to operate the vessel from down here. Starboard of the lower helm station, we've got a series of 12-volt switches, breakers, as well as generator and chiller control systems. We're gonna make our way down to the guest staterooms on board Oculus. The first stop on this part of the tour is in the starboard midship cabin, which is the first of 5 cabins on board the boat. The starboard midship cabin is an athwartship semi-walk-around queen-size berth with great natural light coming into the space. Storage can be found in the hanging locker when you first make your way into the cabin, as well as in the nightstands on either side of the berth and under the bed. Leaving the cabin on the outboard side, you'll see the first of 5 heads on board, which has a separate dedicated shower stall. Making our way forward, we get to the starboard forward cabin, which is also an athwartship queen-size berth. With storage below the bed, as well as a hanging locker on the outboard side and storage down low. Forward of that, we've got the head, which has a separate shower stall forward. We're gonna go ahead and make our way back across the Salon and check out the port forward stateroom, which is a mirror image of the starboard stateroom you just saw. And just like the starboard forward cabin, this cabin also feels bright, open, and airy. We've made our way aft from that port forward cabin to the midship cabin, which is a bunk room traditionally used as a crew cabin. Now, while this cabin is normally used as a crew cabin, you'll see it's as well appointed as all the other staterooms with fantastic storage, a hanging locker on the outboard side with a workstation just forward of that. Moving forward from there, we get to the bunk room head, which is the 4th of 5 heads on board. Starboard aft, we get to the 5th and final stateroom, which is without a doubt my favorite stateroom because of all the natural light that comes in from these aft windows, as well as the large window on the outboard side. It's also worth noting that you can access the cockpit from this sliding aft door. There's ample storage on the inboard hanging lockers, as well as the drawers down below, and across from that, we've got the ensuite head with separate shower stall. I'm sure you all have been wondering where the galley is on this boat, and as mentioned in the beginning, it is a galley down arrangement. Normally, a galley down has a negative connotation because it feels like a dark cave. That is furthest from the truth than what we see in this current layout, with the large outboard windows as well as the large windows aft. This galley is super well equipped for both the professional chef as well as the foodie that likes to dabble in the kitchen. On the inboard side, we have a microwave convection oven. Below that, we have a standard oven. Just after that, we have a Dometic wine cooler. Continuing aft, we have a 4-burner cooktop with plenty of storage above and below. Just like the starboard aft stateroom, you can also access the cockpit from the galley, which makes dinner service very, very easy for the chef. Over on the outboard side of the galley, we have both a trash and a recycling bin, a dual basin sink, plenty of workspace, ample storage down below, as well as a dishwasher and a washing machine. Underfoot in the galley, they've also added an additional freezer as well as a few storage solutions to really improve the boat's ability to go farther and longer. We're back on the port stern of the boat where I just want to take a quick look at the mechanical spaces. On the port side, we've got one of the 2 Volvo D3 150 motors paired to a Gory folding prop. On this side, we have the upgraded generator. And moving to the starboard side, we have the second Volvo D3 150, as well as the sea recovery water maker and the chillers for the air conditioning system. We're back in the cockpit where we started the tour today, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on board Oculus with me. We're gonna have the full spec sheet and pricing in the description down below. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below, shoot me an email, and there's nothing I'd love more than to get you on board for a private showing.